going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Hiroki. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waiters. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. You here to make war? We surrender.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking, transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework planet. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. That means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to MomOPrey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's MomOPrey 5, Qapla, and welcome to BedLife for Monday, September 20th, 2021, National String Cheese Day. Yay! See, if I had a soundboard, I would just hit a button and it'd be cheering for string cheese. Have you guys ever had delicious polio, mozzarella, string cheese? These big long packets of pre-packaged string cheese, and you could either bite it, eat it like a carrot, or the preferred method is actually just pulling it apart into pieces of string and then, eating them string by string. Certainly takes longer and it's more, it tastes better, but it takes longer. Sometimes I just eat it like a rabbit going out on a carrot. I think it's healthier that way because, of course, the health of a food is how you eat it, not of course what it's made of. I assume that's maybe that's why I'm having all these health issues today. So it turns out that a original polio string cheese has about 10% of your daily sodium intake for one string cheese. And I don't know about you, but I've never had just one. So that's a lot of sodium per amount of food. I'm thinking, per serving for me, that's at least 20% of my daily sodium. But it's not all bad news. There is, and I've never tried it before. There is apparently part skim milk or low moisture and other types of cheeses like Sargento makes a low sodium that can be as low as 5 or 6% of your sodium per cheese stick. So those aren't so bad. If I could get half the sodium as a regular, that's about right. That's about what I'd expect. So I'm going to try those one day. But for right now, the low sodium diet is going well. MomOPrey ordered quite a few things. We've got the those Utz potato chips with the 0 salt or damn near 0 salt. We've got blue chips, excuse me, blue corn chips with very little salt. We've got MomOPrey made some meatballs using a salt-free recipe with salt-free breadcrumbs, or damn near salt-free. And pasta had no salt in it except what little the butter had. So yeah, we're doing good. And to be honest, the weight has been dropping. I'm down 6 pounds in 3 days. All of which is mostly water weight, which was mostly swollen around my legs and abdomen. So you might not see it on camera. I don't expect you to see a difference in my face, but trust me, it is leaving my body. So, and my doctor is very happy that it appears to be that the high sodium intake appeared to be the cause of the sudden weight gain. So things are going well in that respect. And I just wanted to update everybody. Also, update, we are into episode 4 of Lucifer. Now, we saw the first 3 episodes in full. We're maybe 10 minutes into episode 4 of Lucifer. So absolutely no spoilers, please. But absolutely no spoilers past episode 3. And I will say, not really a spoiler, but kind of one, that the episode, I don't know if it was 2 or 3, where there's a animated segment. Yes, there's an animated segment of the episode. That's all I'll say. Weird. Episode 3, very, very weird. I wasn't a fan. I get it. It's their final season. They want to do all the things that, they want to have fun. And I understand. And like last season, they did their musical episodes, and they'll probably do another one, I'm guessing. And they did some other episodes this season where these are the types of things actors just want to do, they just want to play these things. I get it. And I understand they have to figure a way to make it appear palatable to the audience. But the animation, that was pretty far, and I hope they don't go too crazy again. We'll see. But we're like I said, we're in episode 4. There's only 10 episodes in the season. No more Lucifer. So we'll see. John Araki was number 1 in the chat and started off by just saying 1. And then he says, ban sodium mandates. I'm not aware of any sodium mandates, John Araki, so I think you were successful with your ban. Hector says, fun fact, Slovakia Kobaraki string cheese is made from hand-braided sheep milk cheese. I don't know if that's legit, and if it is, that sounds terrible and disgusting. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello in Qapla, hail Karoga, and not first. You're correct, you're not first. An actor says, hail on Karoga, string cheese clogged intestinal tracts in Kurdistan. Well, that's Kurdistan's problem. Richie Poole says, no, medium cheddar is the best choice. I will grant you, Richie Poole, medium cheddar is the best choice if you can't have sodium. Not Ryan Johnson says, wait a minute, Kurogans can barely afford to get cheese from a can. And there's the emperor flaunting string cheese. No, we are a rich nation, not Ryan Johnson. I don't know where you are in Kuroga, but most of Kuroga is a rich nation, and we get our cheese either in prepackaged slices, not because they're cheap or because but they're American, but because that's the way we like it. Or we get fancy cheeses like brie, and we dip crackers in them, or mozzarella balls and balls and balls of mozzarella, fresh mozzarella, because that's a good cheese, or whatever. We love our cheese in Kuroga. Okay, there's plenty of cheese in Kuroga. Cheese from a can is way, way, way low on the list. In fact, canned cheese is about the worst cheese, but it is available. It is available. Actor says, from the looks of it, the thing looks more like plastic sticks than any real cheese. Truth be told, that's string cheese. It's been perfectly molded. Not Ryan Johnson says, that's Kurogan tech for you. Their replicators only create things made of plastic. That's fake news. Dan Ben put in some cheese emojis. And Dan says, I like cheese. I just don't think this product called Cheese Strings, that's the company's name. They make cheese strings. Well, Polio string cheese is my go-to string cheese brand. Sargento is a distant second. Sargento had the unfortunate honor of making, and I don't think they still make them, but for a short time, Sargento made a string cheese with a tomato sauce in the middle of the string cheese. So it was like a big thick straw of mozzarella with red tomato sauce in the middle. And while I assume the marketing department and the engineering, like, oh, this is going to taste delicious. It's like, in fact, I think they called it, it's the best part of the pizza without the pizza. The cheese and the sauce without the bread. Unfortunately for them, these things looked like used tampons when they were hanging in the supermarkets. I didn't know what the hell a used tampon looked like, mind you, at the time. But once my friend pointed it out to me, I was like, that's it. Never again could I buy one of these Sargento best part of the pizza without the pizza. And I never did. Yeah, that was bad option. It was not a good look for string cheese. It was perhaps string cheese's darkest day when Sargento came out with that tomato sauce in the middle of the string cheese. Bad option, bad choices there, Sargento. Dan Ben Googled cheese strings, and the one you're using for the thumbnail was the second one that came up. Yep, it was. I did not have to Google long. Captain Trek says, hello, Captain. Captain had a abbreviated stream this morning when he lost connection, and I was asleep. Apologies, Captain. I didn't wake up till later. 47 Yorktown says, happy Canadian election day, and he puts in a bunch of beavers because beavers are the national animal of Canada. Canadians love to sing about their beavers. If you've ever seen How I Met Your Mother, you'll know what I'm talking about. the Beaver song. It's funny. That said, I wish luck to the Canadians, and I hope they get the government. Well, I hope they get the government they vote for. Exactly, MomOPrey hopes they get a fair election. Richie Poole says, Dear Bop. We'll get to Dear Bop, Richie. Good to see you. Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird of Prey, Qapla, Brother Warrior, and hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga, Jedi Bill. And I know your birthday's coming up soon, Jedi Bill. Coming up soon this Saturday, although this Saturday is not Jedi Bill's actual birthday. This Saturday will be the Cinema Sad Day in honor of Jedi Bill's birthday, and we will be watching True Lies with Arnold Schwarzenegger and the famous Harrier jet scene in True Lies. John Araki has put in a bunch of alpacas. Thank you, John. Professor Brainy Speck says, is the video buffering? Not for me, Professor, but I don't know about it is for you. Qapla. Mike Richards says it is buffering. I'm sorry to hear that. John DeMarco says, greetings to everyone. Professor Brainy Speck says it's buffering bad. Oh, no. It's not buffering for me. Maybe try lowering your resolution. Mike Richards says, greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. John Araki says, hi, and hope everyone's as well as can be. Hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga. And he says, BedLife. It's a stream by Berto Brave. Thank you, Carlo. Captain Trax says, Bird of Prey. You mean bed buffering life. Is it buffering that bad for you? It's not giving me any warnings. It's saying there's a 9-second delay. Everything looks like it's okay. Hopefully it is. Yvette says, good evening, Daddy, and everyone. Good evening, Yvette. Good to see you. Not that I can see you. Wesley Croucher says, Bird of Prey. Oh, shoot, I'm late. Or are you early? No, I'm not early, Wes. And he forgot to write 9,000 Dear Bops. Please don't, Wes. Please don't. Carlo Albanese says, too many people using the Karogan internet. It's not designed for that many people if the server is going to blow. John DeMarco says, skim milk cheese, heresy. If it's part skim milk, I can deal with it if it gets the sodium down. Carlo Albanese is calling for Dear Bop. Wesley says, she can't handle no more, Captain. To Carlo. Now Wesley wants Dear Bop. John Meyer says, so Jaloja wait. Yes, Jaloja wait. That's what I was losing. Carlo Albanese says, now to just avoid the donuts. Spoilers. I haven't looked up what donuts have. Kitty Bear, the High Orc, Qapla Kitty Bear says, yes, there is nothing there. Yvette says, oh, great animation in Lucifer, FFS. Yeah, you're going to be an animation episode, Yvette. It's not the whole episode, but it's coming. Jedi Bill says, hello, Carlo Albanese, Qapla, Brother Warrior. Hail, Karoga. Carlo says, the override. Where's the override? Wesley says, did Bird skip my chat, or did Bird net connection? Wesley, I hadn't reached your chat yet. Carlo says, wax on, wax off. The waxer. No, he doesn't say the waxer. Wax on, wax off. Yvette says, Karoga is such a rich nation, but can't afford a bathroom. Yvette, there's plenty of bathrooms. Actor says mozzarella is good cheese until you see it in what conditions it's made. A lot of food would fit that category. Carlos says it's easier to use the plant in the corner, Yvette. Keely Chow says, hey, everybody. Hello, Keely. What's going on? Well, I'm hoping that people can see me and not buffering. You are welcome, Jedi Bill. Dan Ben says the moon is orange like a pumpkin tonight. Interesting. Words and pictures, Qapla, words and pictures, says Qapla bird. Wesley says greetings, birds, salts, and nerds. No, that just doesn't work. No salt here. No salt here, Wes. Jedi Bills is not here. I'm watching. Professor Braining Specs says the buffering has ceased. Good. Sim. Oh, this is a 516. Hello. No, you haven't been trying to reach me, Karen. You dumb bitch. I don't have a car. This is I'm Hillrom, the company that makes the bed that I'm currently in. The company from which we ordered the new bed and tried to get it put as a new customer, in their genius decided to put it in as the old customer. The old customer. Hello?
Protección de su concesionario. Recientemente nos dimos
Hola.
garantía.
Hello.
Se va a ver.
Hello.
Y le queríamos dar una
Lucy.
garantía antes de que se vence y se anula la cobertura. Si esto pasa, usted estaría responsable por todos los reparos de su vehículo. Oprime el número 1 ahora. Si le gustaría extender o reintegrar la garantía de su vehículo, oprime el número 1 ahora. O oprime el número 2 para declinar las oportunidades y ser incluido en nuestra lista de notas.
Hello? God damn it. Anyway, Hillrom decided to put my new bed in the same account as the old bed, which for 12 years we've been trying to update the phone number, but they just won't do it. This is MomOPrey's 12-year-old cell phone number. Actually, 20-plus-year-old cell phone number. We've kept it for 12 years just so Hillrom, if they have to calls on this number, because no matter who we tell at Hillrom, and no matter what they say, and no matter how many times they thank us and say they will update their records, they never fucking update their records, and they always call on the now 12-year-old fucking phone number that no one else and nothing else uses except fucking Hillrom. Fuck. And spam messages. This phone, the entire reason it exists is just in case Hillrom has to call. And now that we're waiting to get the new bed in any fucking day, we have to keep the phone charged and ready, because Hillrom is going to call on this number despite us giving them my home phone, my cell phone, and MomOPrey's actual used cell phone number at least a dozen times in the last 6 years. And just so happens it's now. Might they call on the home phone? They might. But you know damn well they're going to call on this phone. So we have to keep this here just until Hillrom updates their goddamn record. Almost as bad as UPS. Fucking Hillrom. I know, hashtag cancel Hillrom. But they're the only ones who make beds like this. And I have never got an all Spanish message before. I didn't know what the hell was going on there. I could almost make out as numero duo for something. I'm wondering why the moon is big and orange. That's a good question. I'm kind of curious. Samuel Sampson says the moon is orange like a tangerine. That's funny. And the moon, I mean, we can't see the moon yet. In fact, with the cloud cover, I'm not sure we'll see the moon tonight at all. Agner says, damn buffers, they come and go like the pests they are. Wesley says, the buffer, I thought the buffering was just me. Good to know it wasn't. Professor Brainy Specs is still waiting for clean, safe, clear water in Caroga. You should have it, Professor. Dan Ben says, I hate arguing over margarita pizza versus cheese and tomato pizza. They are both different pizzas. And then Dan Ben's got the buffering. John DeMarco says, you're going to be waiting a long time, Professor. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47 Yorktown. Wesley says, Professor, you should see how bad Turtistan water is. Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird of Prey, blame Salty Trekker for your salt problems. Oh, I blame him. Agner says, Karen's. Carlos says, poor Karen, and laughs. Samuel Sampson says, hola, Keita. Dan is back. Agner says, that's a very British hello. Donde está el bano? John DeMarco. That is about the highest level Espanol I can understand. Robert Rose Jr. Qapla Robert says, oh, hello today, BedLife, MomOPrey, and the Sassy. How's everyone been? We've been pretty decent. Thank you, Robert. Words and Pictures is laughing. Dan says he's British. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, the motto was a reference to your viewers, anti-Trekker viewers, and just average nerd viewers. Well, anti changed to salty. I get it. Samuel says, Bird no speak Spanish. See, you know I don't speak Spanish. Dan is lolling. Carlos says, she told me. Yeah. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, so what do I call salty Trekker viewers? You call them sad. They're sad people. Or refugees. Saltugees. I don't know. Actor says, what kind of Spanish is that? Robo-Spanish? From a native English-speaking robot. Yeah, there was something about that just, it didn't sound quite right. Wesley says, yeah, Actor said so. Unplanned Bird Rant says John DeMarco. Yep. Samuel says this is priceless. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, that's some bad customer service. I know, but it's like they know they have like a freaking monopoly on the bed business, the hospital bed, the high-end hospital bed business. They're basically the only game in town. Words and pictures is bird rant quality YouTube. Actor says someone sold around that phone call number. Someone sold around that phone cell number like a cheap Orion slave. Carlo, rant. JP says break out the string cheese or spray cheese. String cheese is a bajillion times better than spray cheese. Okay, there's no debate. There's no debate. In fact, string cheese is awesome if you, you mix it with, you dip it in like egg, and then you flour it, or you put breadcrumbs on it, and then you put it in an air fryer, and you basically get a mozzarella stick. That's really what I want. I want a half dozen low sodium mozzarella sticks made out of string cheese. That would be delicious. Carlos says, tell them bird that's terrible. Wesley says bird rant, and this was barely a rant. Wesley says he's dying. Spike, Qapla Spike says, is the moon canon? Yeah, they say the moon's canon. Now, the cities on the moon, those are not. Samuel Sampson says, the moon is orange like a tangerine. Get it. Orange like a tangerine. Not orange like an orange. I mean, I get that much. Made MomOPrey laugh. Dan says, I can hear a helicopter circling around the area I live. It has lights on it. Interesting. JP's says, wow, buffering time. JP's is bird of prey. You could call them saltines. Yeah, we could call them saltines. Hey, Admiral Saval says, finally getting my impacted wisdom teeth Saturday. Getting out your wisdom teeth Saturday. Good luck, Admiral Saval. I hope it goes well. I hope, obviously, you're probably in pain already. So I hope the pain stops, and I hope it is an easy procedure. JP's is J. Bird of Prey says mozzarella properly. Wesley Crusher says Bird of Prey. I like deviled ham with spray cheese on Ritz crackers. I like peanut butter on Ritz crackers. And Samuel says it's an old YouTube meme. Orange like a tangerine. I must have missed that meme. I must have missed it. Carlos says it's the MIB. The MIB. I don't know. I don't know what the MIB is. But with that, let us check out let's check out the news headlines. Let's see if there's anything going on. Because I'll be honest, I've stopped watching the news in the morning. So if there's anything important going on, I have to assume somebody's going to tell me on YouTube or Twitter. I guess we could check Twitter first. Is there anything going on? Isn't there supposed to be something here where there we go. I had to shrink it down. Barcelona versus Granada. That's nothing to do with me. Newburgh, Al Johnson. Cyclone could soon devastate Europe, warns storm chaser climate scientist. Obviously, there's not an actual cyclone that's going to devastate Europe. Cyclones could. Right. Sure they will. Okay. Well, they could. And a meteor could fall from the sky and devastate Europe too. That's also possible. What's Newburgh? Okay, what's going on in Newburgh? Breaking, a staff member at Mabel Rush Elementary School in Newburgh showed up to worse in blackface on Friday, allegedly saying she was dressed as Rosa Parks, protesting a vaccine mandate for teachers. What's today? Monday. So it is now breaking news that this happened on Friday. Right. Okay. 3 hours ago, breaking. Last Friday, one of our employees reported for work in blackface. The employee was removed from the location, and HR placed the employee on administrative leave, i.e., paid leave. The administration of Newburgh Public Schools condemns all expressions of racism. It is important to remember how blackface has been used to misrepresent Black communities and do harm. Wait, is this something to interfere with the Canadian election? We acknowledge the violence this represents and the trauma it evokes, regardless of intention. Each incident report is taken as seriously as we diligently follow policies to investigate and take appropriate action. We continue to work toward a safe and welcoming environment in our schools that's free from bullying and reduces mental, emotional, and physical harm as we move towards our mission of educating students. There's something more here. I don't know what it is, but I realize that there's obviously something more here. Like, I don't know. And I'm not even going to speculate. I'm just going to say there is clearly more to this. The fact that they are so light on details. Whatever. Whatever. Yeah, news with birds. So let's check the Google news. Gabby Pietro, yeah, she's dead. That's sad. Not surprising. Biden admitted to lift travel ban for fully vaccinated international travelers. Okay, and just gonna some way to know for sure who's gonna take their word for it. White House, horrific to see border agents on horses chasing Haitian migrants. Should never happen, but it's you're the one, you're the administration it happened under. Democrats set up to show down with GOP by attaching debt limit to bill to avert government shutdown. Okay. Abortion poll, most Americans disagree with Supreme Court on Texas ban. Guess what? Doesn't matter. It's the whole reason we have a Supreme Court and they're not elected. Lawyer Thomas Renz boosted his profile with lawsuits challenging coronavirus vaccines. Oh my God, a lawyer trying to boost their own profile with lawsuits. Life after proclaiming a Trump re-election as divinely ordained. Mars will always too small to hold onto its oceans, rivers, and lakes. So Mars could never have had water? I mean, we know they had water. There could be a extremely simple reason why Mars isn't sustainable for life. Hey, fuck faces. Mars might already have life on it. Just because it's not life as we know it doesn't mean it's not life. And it could have life under the surface. You don't have to have, trees growing on a planet for it to count as life. Explainer: Australia's nuclear-powered submarine deal is fueling anger in the country. Yeah. So Australia bought our good submarines instead of French submarines. Australia says France knew of grave. So I really can't believe that submarines have been in the news so much. 3 iconic things in Star Trek the series should have done without. Oh, wait. What the fuck is this? What the hell is this? Which series? 3 iconic things in Star Trek the series should have done without, by Chad Porto. What? The Star Trek franchise is iconic, but that doesn't make it perfect. It's more perfect than you are, Chad. The series has had quite a few ideas and creations that have not just revolutionized the series. The series has had quite a few ideas and creations that have not just revolutionized the series, but real world tech. That doesn't make any sense, Chad. Things like tablets, cell phones, and even space travel have all been influenced by Trek. That said, not every idea helped the story or even made sense. Yet, no shit. A big issue with the Star Trek franchise has always been a need to advance their own technology, even at the cost of the story. See warp limits, as well as fluctuating in-universe rules. Again, see warp limit. Now, no piece of fiction is ever truly perfect. I mean, even the best show ever. Chuck had to settle for the 5th season. What? Chuck had to settle with the 5th season bad being Nicholas Quinn. So this isn't meant to harp on Star Trek or to insult anyone who likes things on this list. Who is Chuck? They created a lot of fun, fine pieces of fiction, but these things have held the series back in one way or another. These things that personally feel the series could have done without for one reason or another. It could be that they just aren't logical at all, or it hindered the show in one way or another. I understand some people will disagree with me, and that's okay. Well, isn't that for me to decide if that's okay? You don't have to agree with me. You can like what you want or dislike whatever else you want. That is, to me, 3 biggest gripes about Star Trek. This is, to me, the 3 biggest gripes about the Star Trek brand as a whole. Where is it? Holodecks and holosuites. There are a lot of ideas, theories, and half-fulfilled explanations about how holodecks and holosuites actually work, But one explanation from a user on sci-fi.stackexchange.com summed it up perfectly. The reality is certain aspects of technology are genuinely nonsensical, sci-fi fantasy rather than sci-fi. There's a lot of people going on about force fields and split perceptions, but it's really a holodeck suites couldn't work. Not in reality could holo suites as shown in Star Trek actually work. Give me all the jibber jabber you want. But the idea a holodeck can sustain a dozen odd people plus and run simulations that appear to be 4 or 5 or even 10 times the size of the room itself, allowing people to move seamlessly and not run into walls or each other is nonsensical. It makes no sense. No, it could work. I mean, it's difficult. It's completely difficult, but it's possible. It was always supposed to be a plot device. It's true. It's not something you should overthink. Fine. Okay. You know what? I'll take the camera off. MomOPrey. Okay. Keyboard flight control. Now, it may not make sense for a ship the size of the Enterprise to rely on touchscreen buttons that could be accepted. The big problem I have here is with runabouts or shuttle pods that ships use. There's no reason for them to tap in all the coordinates and direct it into a computer with a single port that would have been much more efficient. In theory, it's far less efficient to punch in what you want to do as opposed to just making it do what you want to do. This is one of the reasons why I think the people love Battlestar Galactica, at least the remake, so much. It was very grounded in realism. Like with Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica is built on ships around the idea of a naval fleet. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, whatever. So really, you're bitching that people have to manually input shit into the controls of a runabout? That's some bullshit right there. And what's number 4? Replicators. Talk about hogwash nonsense. This is easily the most overpowered piece of Star Trek tech that's ever existed. It can create everything the ship needs except anything the plot deems it can. Okay. It's the most inconsistent creation in the history of the show. It both can and can't generate things the ship needs. Complicated technology, we can make that. Complicated minerals, nope. It just draws things out of air like magic, but eats up a lot of energy, but can replicate anything. It's just not self-sustaining energy unit. That's true. I will give you replicators are pretty, yeah, okay. I honestly, I don't know, like, what's the purpose of this article? I guess just to write something to get clicks. So I guess mission accomplished, Chad. Mission accomplished. Not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. Okay, I'll give you it. The holodeck, the replicators, basically the same technology. Biden announces plan to combat extreme heat caused by climate change. Oh, is he going to say we should all fan each other? This is going to be a good one. Wait, Joe. Did you release the cure for cancer yet? Because until you do that, I'm not sure I care what else you have to say. The Biden administration Monday morning announced an integracy plan to deal with the effects of frequent extreme heat waves. caused by global warming. Extreme heat is now the leading weather killer in the United States. Really? Extreme heat is killing more people than flooding? That just doesn't seem right. I mean, because like a lot of people have died in floods. I don't understand. People die in heat, but this summer at 2.6 degrees Fahrenheit, above average, was the warmest on record. Fine. Good. Okay. So what are you going to do about it? The administration's plan has 4 components. Limiting workplace exposure. The Department of Labor will develop regulations and processes set to enforce regulations limiting extreme heat exposure for outdoor workers in industries like agriculture, construction, and delivery. Indoor workers, including factory, warehouse, and kitchen staff. That has nothing to helping families cool off. Arabic Sonder, thank you so much for the $1 super chat. Qapla, Arabic Sonder. The Department of Health and Human Services issues guidance giving states, tribes, and territories the flexibilities to use funds designated for assisting low-income households with heating bills and instead direct those funds for air conditioning. So the government gives you money because people are dying of the cold, but then says, hey, you know what? You can use that money to prevent people from dying of the heat. Yay, we did something. You know what? The government still hasn't given out the money to pay the back rent of the people who couldn't pay the rent for COVID. The government has money backed up to pay for more masks for COVID that are not going to ever be used. The government can't fix shit. Giving money out to states doesn't fix anything. Okay? It doesn't fix anything. Advising local efforts to fight the urban heat island effect. And calling all experts. That's the 4th part of the plan. That's what Futurama did. They called all the science experts and they moved the earth further away from the sun. That's what they should do. Now, you see, that's what I was hoping to see. I was hoping to see that they had plan 4 was to move earth further away from the sun or deploy a solar mirror that was going to reflect, 10% of the sun's light back out into space. Because those that would actually work to cool the earth. Now, I'm not saying we should do that, but if we were serious about stopping global warming, those are about the only 2 things we could legitimately do. Okay, we'd have to either move the earth further away from the sun or cool or the atmosphere by blocking the sun from reaching the earth. Those are your options, legitimately. Probably would cause an ice age, which would kill far more people. And like I've said, I'd much rather have to deal with 110-degree summer. And hey, if we have to build more power plants, so be it. But we will survive. What we would not survive as a country is 1 or 2 mile thick sheets of ice all the way down to the Texas border. Okay? Because if we were in an ice age and all of North America was covered by glaciers again, the United States of America would cease to exist. For the most part, the entire world would cease to exist at that point, but certainly the United States would cease to exist. So we could survive a hot summer far more easily than we can survive another ice age. It wouldn't be good, I'll grant you. But if the climate's got to go one way or the other, and all indications are it does, it's always going between two extremes. We're in the happy middle right now, but we are on our way to an anti-ice age. So it's going to warm up before it gets cold again. And then it'll get cold again. We're better off it's warming up. That's just the way things are. Super Blubberpuss is in the house. Hello, Super Blubberpuss. Let's see. Josh Street says, Bird of Prey, if Mars is too small to hold on to its oceans, rivers, and lakes, does that mean Karoga, being smaller than Mars, is going to lose its oceans, rivers, and lakes? No, Karoga is part of a larger planet. We're not our own planet. Josh Street says we are in for a 5-hour bird rant. No, I don't think so. I thought it would be, but it didn't materialize. Professor Brainy Speck says bling bling blong. Bling blang blong. This buffering is maddening. Shift and refresh. Shift and refresh, Professor. Samuel Sampson says literal Chad versus literal Star Trek nerd. I've never heard of Chuck. Yeah, I don't know who Chuck was. I don't know what Chuck was talking about. Professor's Bird of Prey, time to fire the Karogan internet workers. There's bad buffering. That's not Karogan internet. That's your internet. That's YouTube internet. B says that's BS. You're setting course places beyond visual range without the point of reference in space. I don't know what that was about. Dan says Voyager said you can't get drunk or eat the holographic food and wine. Yeah, that was a different one. Yeah, it was clickbait. I got baited. John Street says Bird of Prey, as a Joe yourself, you should know Joes don't have the cure for everything. But he said he did, right? He said he did. Okay. Joe Biden cure cancer. Bird of Prey 5X. Okay, well, that's not the video, but there's the proof that he said it. Joe Biden, if I'm elected, we're going to cure cancer. As a campaign rally, Democratic presidential candidate Joe Biden said that if he was elected president, we're going to cure cancer. This is from CNN itself. So yeah, there's no let's see. I gotta turn on desktop audio. I gotta probably raise the volume. Yeah. You think him joking? No, he was being serious. He was being absolutely, totally serious. Professor Brainy Specs says, Bird of Prey, the only thing getting hot because of climate change is my blood, which is boiling. Professor, maybe you're going through the pond far. Josh Street says, is this a stream to get Bird of Prey's blood pressure to make his head shoot up, off? No. Josh Street, Bird of Prey, the ice didn't go past Ohio. Last time, it didn't go past Ohio. Next time, God knows where it'll go. JP's is Bird of Prey. It wouldn't even take an ice age. A couple intense winter storms would completely wipe out most of the southern United States, as seen with Texas. That's true. Almost lost the Texas grid. Carlo Albanese, the Bird of Prey. Didn't Biden have a brain operation? I don't know, Carlo. I could not speak to that. Josh reads his Bird of Prey. You know, CNN, Karogan News Network is full of fake news. Let's see. Cleveland mayor's grandson killed in weekend shooting. That's unfortunate. British energy firms fear collapse as Europe's gas crisis sees prices surge 250%. That's sad. Polls open for tight election in Canada as Trudeau seeks to fend off conservative rival. Okay. New York. De Blasio says Sliwa lacks substance, has no shot at winning NYC. Yeah, I don't think he does either. 3 charged in Carmine's hostess assault at NYC restaurant. Claimed racial discrimination. So the people charged are claiming racial discrimination. Vanderbilt houses and mansions in New York untapped. Experience the magic of classical music? No, thank you. Stock market news. Pfizer says COVID-19 vaccine works in kids ages 5 to 11. Oh, jeez. Well, that's a new untapped market. Yeah. Technology, iOS 15. Wow. 15. Leaked Surface Pro 8 specs include Thunderbolt ports and 120 hertz screen. Interesting. Anything of actual interest? Apple's apocalyptic film Finch features Tom Hanks, a robot, and one very good boy. It doesn't get much better than a dog-robot friendship. Is that something on Apple TV? Yeah. Tom Hanks is set to return to Apple TV Plus in Finch, a soon-to-debut feature film about a robotics engineer surviving a new post-apocalyptic world with his 4-legged companion Goodyear and a robot. The heart of Finch's storyline centers on Hank's determination to find a caretaker for Goodyear after his death. The science fiction drama takes place after a solar flare devastated life on Earth. Flinch, the engineer, has been surviving a post-apocalyptic wasteland for a decade in an underground bunker where he lives with his dog Goodyear, a very good boy, and Finch's only companion after the catastrophic event. In this underground workspace, Finch develops a robot, Jeff, with whom they'll embark on a treacherous journey. Okay, I'm just saying. If I was alone in a bunker for 10 years working on a robot, the robot would not be a he. And no offense, Professor Brainy Specs. His name would not be Jeff. Her name would be anything else. An appropriate female robot name. Something cold. Karen. Anyway. Yeah, I don't know if I find this believable. They need to embark on a treacherous journey to beat a deadly storm to safety. Along the way, they'll have to navigate extreme weather phenomena, merciless heat, UV radiation, and other unexpected challenges. Excuse me.
% financing on this big choice of new Chevy cars and trucks, or up to $1,000 cash back. The big one could be the best reason to see your Chevy dealer now.
Have a Morley day. The Morley Candy Maker's way. Yes, they can let the sun in with faces smiling. Morley shows you the way.
What the hell
copper kettle
commercial is
caramel,
this?
fancy nuts, sweet coconut, plum fruits, and
don't
lots
even
of
remember
chocolate,
putting this
all
commercial in
inside
the
a box
list.
of Morley chocolates.
Morley? What the fuck is that? Excuse me. Sorry about that. The film arrives as Apple looks to ramp up its original film slate. Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, award-winning drama Coda, blah, 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 blah. I canceled Apple because, there's nothing left to watch after I finished For All Mankind. But I might have to, hey, for $4.99 for a month, it's really not that bad. I might have to do it to check out this movie. Yeah, Greyhound. Finch will premiere November 5th. Oh, wow. It's still, it's a ways enough away. But, it's a Tom Hanks movie. How bad can it be? Really? This is basically another movie where Tom Hanks has nobody to talk to but Wilson again. But instead of Wilson being a broken ball, a popped ball, Wilson is a dog or a robot or both. Oh, tornadoes. Oh, of course. After an EMP, of course there's going to be tornadoes. And of course the tornadoes never came by before. So all these power lines, they were still up. This is the first time these power lines have been touched by a tornado in 10 years. You must have just picked the wrong day to leave the bunker. Right. Yes, because you're gonna survive the tornado inside this beat up old motorhome as long as you hammer it into the ground. Right. Okay. With spikes. Okay. Whatever. I'm gonna probably watch this movie. I will probably watch this movie. It does look pretty good. JP's Bird of Prey Finch sounds more like a Disney movie. Kitty Bear says, "Can you unmod me?" Yes, I can, Kitty Bear. Sorry. Josh Street is breaking news. Bird of Prey was in a basement for 10 years alone. He would make a hooker bot. Well, I would. I mean, Professors is Bird of Prey, so you would call the robot Michael Burnham. No, I would not call it Michael Burnham. Captain Trax is Jeff Fate. Qapla, the Basco scenario. Josh Reese is right there, Wes. Right here, Wes. Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna get to Bird of Prey, to Dear Bops. We're gonna get to Dear Bops. JP's is D's nuts. Tim's Talk says, "Hail, Bird of Prey." Hail to Tim's Talk. Pfluger says, "Qapla, Bird of Prey. A dog's life is rough." I see what you did there. Josh Reed says, "Don't overthink plot armor." And yes, Tom Hanks is old now. And JP says, "So essentially what you're saying, Bird of Prey, is Tom Hanks is talking to two deflated balls in this movie." Yes, he's now got two deflated balls. Good. Okay, with that, let's head over to Dear Bop. We got 16 Dear Bops currently in the queue. So that's plenty. I'll see what happens. If Dear Bop is not your thing, I understand if you've got to leave. But hopefully you stick around and we give these people the help that they need. Dear Bop. We'll check at the end who's assigned by. Okay. I love comic books, and I wondered which of these you think is the best for someone like me. I am a 57-year-old male, live in my mother's basement, and just moved into a new house in Illinois with my dear old mom. I also have a vintage YouTube game channel. No, this is bullshit. Here are the comic book titles that intrigue me the most. Okay, I don't know anything about comic books. And since none of these are Garfield, I can't give you an answer. The only comic books I would suggest anybody read are the Garfield comic books and Far Side. That's it. That is it. Okay, done. That is the extent of my comic book knowledge. Dear Bob, it seems that some people send fake stuff, like news items or bits they cut and paste from Dear Abby. But I wanted to honestly get your opinion on something. This is very serious and has been eating at me. Since COVID began, I have been living with my mother. She has been coming on to me more and more. No. This is Chris Chan bullshit. It is. Okay, no. Goodbye. Dear great leader, Miner number 1173 here. My best friend, Miner number 1170, wants to thank you for 2 eye patches. One even has a sassy picture on it. He's very popular now. He wishes he could write to you himself, but that won't do no good. Thanks, great leader. You're welcome. And yeah, Sassy wanted to send the picture of her on the left one. So I hope it came out right. If it's not on, just put him on the right eye. He can't tell the difference. But thank you, number 1170. And when your time comes, you will get 2 eye patches as well. Dear Bop, I've seen a lot of weird and disgusting things in my public restrooms, but this one takes the cookie. I was at my favorite store when I had to go, so I walk into one of the stalls, and to my surprise, there is a grandma's cookie wrapper stuffed into the seat cover box. It looks like it was perhaps stolen. The darn person didn't even finish it. Who steals some cookies, takes it to the bathroom stall just to take one bite and leave it? What does this world come to? Finish your cookies and throw them away in the trash can. Also, don't steal. Thank you for letting me rant. Cookie Monster. P.S. I ate the leftover cookies. Somehow I knew you were going to say that. Wesley swears he only wrote 20 letters. Pathfinder says, hey, Alberto Prey. Glad to see someone who likes to see what national day it is. This weekend is National Cooking Day and Dumpling Day. Awesome. Although I don't personally cook or eat dumplings, but it's good to know. We got to get National Bird of Prey 5 Day, a thing. Dear Bop, Wesley Crusher here. The size of your head does not seem to be that large. Mine above the eyebrows is 23.5 inches in circumference. I do know the feeling of helmets not fitting. It was hard for me to find a bump helmet that fit right. Thanks, Bop. Wes out. I don't know. I just know it was weird that they couldn't find a helmet to fit me. I mean, this was a very popular place. They get people from all over the country that go there. You would think they would have a helmet that would fit me. On the other hand, I also went to a very popular skiing. I went to Shawnee Ski Mountain, a very popular skiing location, and they didn't have boots that fit my feet either. So I am not, I'm very used to places not having boots or shoes or, helmets to fit me. It's not a surprise. If I went to a baseball camp, I wouldn't imagine they had a glove to fit my hand. It's just, things happen. Not a hell of a lot of bowling alleys used to have my size shoes when I was younger. And if they did, they had one pair. One pair. Had to wait for someone else to finish with them. That's nasty. It's just nasty. I always got used to buying my own bowling shoes, my own ski boots, my own baseball gloves. Dear Bob, my boyfriend says that I have a stinky finger. I would like to hear your advice on the situation. So I have this, I guess you would call it a tick, where I like to itch. No, I'm not even gonna. Listen, guys, if you want to put something funny in, then make it funny. Don't make it Turdistani funny, because I'm not even gonna read it. Okay, this is not Turdistan. We have certain minimums of comedy expected here. If you want it read for comedic purposes, it's got to rise to at least beyond the level of Turdistan. Nope. Dear Bob, do you have an idea or have you heard when season 3 of For All Mankind is supposed to premiere? Unlike current Star Trek, it's actually well written and acted. I don't know when, but I am curious enough to look. For All Mankind, season 3. Release date. I don't think there is one yet. May 2022. It could be a little earlier. So For All Mankind is not coming in September 2021. Yeah, I didn't think it would be. We've double-checked the list of releases. We have some bad news. For All Mankind Season 3 is definitely not arriving on September 2021. The lack of a premiere isn't all that surprising. We're not expecting it to premiere at all in 2021. What do we know about the season so far? With Season 2 just arriving in February 2021, yeah, we're not expecting release of Season 3 anytime soon. It took 15 months between the premiere dates of Seasons 1 and 2, and there was a pandemic, so yeah, honestly, I think probably at best we're looking at February. At best, we're looking at February 2022, and probably later than that. I hope they don't push it all the way to September, but I would say February to March 2022 if I had to guess, which is very unfortunate. But it is what it is. That is the unfortunate new normal. But while I'm here, the only other thing I'm kind of curious is, when does Space Force? Now I know it's a completely different show. It's a comedy on Netflix. But I'm wondering if there's a release date. Okay, well they wrapped up. Season 2 wrapped up filming on Star Trek Day. So, or before Star Trek Day. Okay. Well, it appears that we don't know. Sometime in 2022. Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, it would have been nice. It would have been nice if we could get a date for one of those. But I agree. And other than the Orville season 3, For All Mankind season 3 is what I am looking most forward to right now. Honestly, at this point, even more than The Expanse. To this last season of The Expanse, I'll watch it. Don't get me wrong; it's not terrible. It didn't drop to 0, but it's nowhere as good as it used to be. So I would say Orville, number 1, For All Mankind, a very close number 2, and The Expanse, a number 3 in shows I'm looking forward to. Sci-fi shows I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to what's that one? Better Call Saul. I'm waiting for that. That should have started. It's another show that's way behind. And what? There was one other show. Oh, Yellowstone. Oh, Yellowstone final season. I don't think that's delayed. That's just that'll be about ready. In fact, that's going to start very soon. I already saw my DVR recording the preview for it, so it's going to start any time now. So yeah, I think we've got some decent shows that are finally coming upon us, and of course, Lower Decks continues. Dee Dee Myers is Qapla. How are you and the family? Qapla, Dee Dee. We're doing okay. Wesley's is Bird of Prey. I didn't say that week. Maybe I might since Dear Bop. Oh, since Dear Bop started. Okay. John DeMarcos is Bird of Prey. I think you need to preview the Dear Bops ahead of time. Well, I can't, John, because most of them don't come in until after I've already started the stream. Like when I started the stream, there was only like 6 of them. So, if I could have gone through 6, but that really wouldn't have made any difference. The vast majority don't come in until after I've already started the stream. Dear Bop. Hi, Bob. Hi, Bob. Dear Bob, damn it, I forgot what I was going to write to you about. It was something very important, and it was about the thing we were talking about last time. Anyway, this is Joe Biden, your Senate leader. The sad thing is, I'm not 100% sure if it's real or not. Dear Mr. Bob, I am the mother of one of your viewers. My husband and I agreed a few years ago to a more conservative state. Even my son agrees to helping us buy a house there. The problem I'm having is to get my husband to stay active and get things done so we can move. He is dragging his feet, avoiding getting things done. I feel like he will never get out of here. What can I do to get him motivated to move? Thank you, sir. My son will tell me your answer. I assume you mean to move to a more conservative state, and your husband is dragging his feet. Well, does he have good reason to? Obviously, if you need a job or he needs a job and he doesn't have one yet, that would be a reason to not go. Or to slow down. I'd say if you're in that much of a rush and you guys can financially pull it off, then perhaps you and your son move and wait for your husband to come. But I think we both know what's going to happen is your husband is going to get a roommate and you're never going to see him again. Your husband, I'm saying, ma'am, your husband is probably gay. That's why he's not ready to move. He's probably waiting for you to take your kid, and he's going to live the rest of his life as he feels he needs to. And you know what? I think that's probably the best for all of you involved. So you should just go and move with the kid and let your husband live his life. You guys can argue about the finances and whatnot like adults do, and work out something. But yeah, I mean, it's a husband, probably gay. It happens, you know. Don't beat yourself up over it. You should have noticed probably, but hey, if somebody's not being honest with themselves, it's hard for you to know. Super Blubberpuss says, Bird of Prey, do you like what we do in the shadows? I don't know what you mean by that. I'd prefer nobody do anything in the shadows. Dear Bop, it's not spelled mozzarella, it's mozzarella. Please stop mispronouncing it. Hey, Mario, how do you pronounce mozzarella? He says it's pronounced mozzarella. I don't know. Dear Bop, Cookie Monster here again. I checked myself back into rehab. I had an incident after I ate those cookies from the bathroom. Let's just say I can't go back into that grocery store. I hope rehab helps this time. If you have any advice, thanks, Bop, Cookie Monster. Follow the advice of the rehab. I've not personally been to a rehab, but apparently 12-step programs are fairly effective. You've got to give them a chance. You've got to make sure you go to those meetings, show up, get yourself a sponsor, and just keep at it, man. I wish you the best of luck. One day you won't be the Cookie Monster anymore. You'll just be a regular monster. Super Blubberpuss is, yeah, I read that. Dear Bob, 7 years ago today, I had the honor of marrying the most beautiful, funniest, sexiest, wonderful woman I'd ever met. She was the measuring stick I compared all others to for 15 years prior to becoming romantically involved. She was the one. Our wedding was amazing. She was the pinnacle of the blushing bride, smiling from ear to ear from the moment her father walked her down the aisle. We couldn't wait to get married. We celebrated well into the early hours of the next morning. Little did we know that would be the best day of my life, and it wouldn't last. In just a few months, she would meet someone else, first have an emotional, then physical affair. We never even made it to our 6-month anniversary before she would be served papers for divorce. She didn't want papers sent to her work since she didn't want to be embarrassed at the office. Now, 7 years later, she still has the last name she didn't want to be married into, and her best friends have the same anniversary as we would have been celebrating today. But alas, she's through several relationships since that point, has put on a lot of weight since that point, and overall, the person I had known and married doesn't exist any longer. The person she had an affair with on me was and is a principal at a middle school. I have the text he sent her where he was sexting her while in his office on school grounds. They're really disgusting too. While I've moved on in my life, I still have this I still hate this son of a bitch and want to hurt him just a little like the way he hurt me and my family. So my question, do I turn the records of text over to the school board and let them fire this man? Yes, it takes two to tango, and my ex was just as guilty. But this person looked me in the eye when I met him, and yes, we did meet, and he promised me as a man on the grave of his dead wife that he had nothing but the best intentions regarding my ex and would not do anything to put our marriage at risk. That was clearly a lie. At this point, I want revenge. I want him to suffer. I know this makes me a bad person, but I don't care. First, I'm not sure the school board would do anything. To be completely blunt, an adult carrying on a texting conversation that clearly didn't affect his time at work, because this is years later, they would probably just ignore it. So, but if you really want to be a dick about it, go ahead, because every day you wait, it's going to be less and less important, less and less likely anybody's going to care. I would already say you're probably at a 50% chance right now, a coin toss at best, that anybody gives a shit what's in 2-year-old text messages. The other thing is, text messages are rarely proof. Unless there's actual proof that they can corroborate, I don't know that they're going to do anything about it. It might already be too late to get actual copies of the text. Because, I mean, I can make a copy of a text message and claim it to be a text message. It doesn't make it a text message. And that said, the other sad thing is that he probably can be honest when he said he didn't do anything to put your marriage at risk. Your marriage was already at risk. Him being there, if it wasn't him, it would have been someone else. So that's the unfortunate part. It's really up to you. I would say move on. There's nothing good is going to come from trying to reopen that wound. But it is your call. It's easy for me to say I'm not the one who had to live through that. Super Blubberpuss says, What We Do in the Shadows is a TV show. Oh, well then, no, I've never heard of that TV show. And a email from Gary. Gary Katzer says, wouldn't Salty Trackers viewers be granules? Technically, wouldn't they be granules? I suppose. What else could they be? Salt flakes? Dear Bop, I am dating a wonderful and very beautiful girl, and she just proposed something to me 3 months into our relationship. Hey, everyone's got their thing. I'm thinking she's some lover of things cheese, but it goes further. She's got a fetish for cheese. She likes to spread it over her body. She likes the bread. She shows me her humongous cans, and yes, they would be what you'd think when I say, but no, it's these cans, 20-ounce cans of cheese she likes to pop off on her face. Some crazy shit. It's hard for me to describe. I'm in disbelief. I have a meat fetish. I love putting my meat in between bread. and various other things I love to do with my meat. But I don't want to get into that. Anyway, for every Jack, there's a Jill. Sincerely, Tommy Salami and Brie Larson. I'm glad you found your Brie, Tommy. Dear Bop, I brought home a stray puppy. I have to hide him because Mom won't allow me to have pets. He's really fun. He likes to play and chase me. Is a dog supposed to have 6 legs? He's friendly, but sometimes he stares at me with those 4 eyes, and I wonder what he's thinking. He makes funny noises when he gets scared or mad. Can you help me find a name for him? I'm pretty sure you have either a Cardassian vole or a puppy with a conjoined twin. So you should probably call him Sixes. Yeah, if he's got 6 legs. Oh, wait, no, 6 legs and 4 eyes. Just call him 10. Yeah, 10. 10's a good name. People ask, why are you calling him 10? Well, he's got 6 eyes and 4 eyes. 6 legs and 4 eyes. That adds up to 10. 10. 10 is your name. Also, you should probably seek a vet out immediately. Might need to be put down. And Gary said, hey, dickhead, my mother's been dead. So you see, Gary, that maybe had nothing to do with you. It probably had nothing to do with you. Dear Bob, Life with Matthew got in league with the Romulans over the weekend. His goal was to help the Romulans launch a sneak attack on the USS Robinson, which they successfully pulled off. As the God Emperor of Kuroga, what are you going to do to your citizens? Signed, the intrepid crew of the USS Robinson. I would like to see this proof you claim that Life with Matthew was behind this attack. I highly doubt that Life with Matthew was behind it. Dear Bop, 2 suggestions to make Dear Bop better. 1, read the from line before reading the emails. Invest in decent internet service to eliminate buffering. God damn it, the buffering doesn't come from me. Okay? The buffering doesn't come from me. The buffering is coming from YouTube. Dear Bob, hi Joe, what do you think about this? Car and Driver listed the 2022 Jeep Wagoneer as the fourth best family SUV. What kind of crap is this? At least they gave an 8.5 out of 10. Fellow Jeep dude. I'll be honest, I've never seen a Wagoneer, a new Wagoneer in person. So I honestly unsure if fourth best is legit or not. It's a pretty extensive category. I mean, there's a lot of competition. And I'll be honest, Jeeps do not come to mind as family vehicles for me. Jeeps come to mind as off-road vehicles. If your primary focus is the comfort of your family, a Jeep probably isn't what you're looking for. A Jeep should be what you're looking for if your primary focus is to go from A to B and there's no road between A and B. That's what a Jeep is for, not to have an entertainment system for your 3 kids and, your grandnephew. That's not what Jeeps are for. Gary Katzer says, to the cowardly pieces or pieces of crap. Piece or pieces of crap. I'm so beyond done with your stupid bullshit. Listen, just Gary. You don't know that they were meant for you. Okay? And you saying stuff like this only causes them to do more stuff. So please stop. Nobody thinks they're clever. I invite you to come on to Bird's open panel. I'll come on too, and you can hash out whatever grievance you have against me. Yeah, that would be fine. We'll do that, guy. If whoever is putting in the soft buddy bullshit wants to contact me, and we will do a panel, I will moderate a panel, Gary versus soft buddy, the duel of the century or something. Let me know. If you don't want to do number one, you can go outside and play hide and go F yourself. And with that, guys, we've come to the end of another week, another Monday of Dear Bops. I know tomorrow would usually be due for a member stream, but I'm going to do a member stream next Tuesday. So we have time. Everybody has time to plan. So a member stream will be next Tuesday. Tomorrow will probably be an open lines, probably a gaming stream open lines, but at the very least an open line stream. Wednesday is Deep Space Nine Wednesday as usual. Thursday will be a Lower Decks review. Friday will be another BedLife. Saturday will be the special Cinema Sad Day for Jedi Bill's birthday. And Sunday will be 3 more episodes of The Twilight Zone. And then we'll bring it back to Monday again. And of course, we'll be back to Dear Bop. So thank you all for hanging out. I will see you guys out there on YouTube. I appreciate everybody who's come to hang out with me. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, listen, man, I know you try to be friends with everybody. I get that. When they sign my last name to the end of their Dear Bop, you know as well as I do, they're taking a shot at me. I know they're trolling, and you get so angry, Rock Solid. You get so angry. Super Blubberpuss says, does the new Jeep, and he deleted it. Wesley says, wow. Qapla all. I will talk to you soon. If you're the person who's talking about Rock Solid and you want to talk this out, I do really ask you to try to get a hold of me. I will keep your name in confidence until you guys can set up and speak on a special stream. I will attest to that. Okay, you have my word. Obviously, Rock Solid is agreeing to it, so you have my word for the next week. Okay, after a week, I'm taking it back. The offer's off the table, unless Rox wants to put it back on the table. But for 1 week, the offer's on the table, so think about it. Qapla all. Bird out. But wait, there's more. The video might be over, but there's more fun to be had. First, please make sure you're subscribed to the channel and have clicked that bell icon to get notifications of new videos in your YouTube feed. Share this video on social media to help this channel fight the algorithm that favors big media. Also check out www.BirdoPrey5.com for links to my other channels, various social media accounts, merch store, Deap Bop, affiliate links, and all your BirdoPrey 5 needs. At the main BirdoPrey 5 YouTube channel, you can find all sorts of live streams and unlisted videos, YouTube membership options, and a community section with polls and updates on the channel. On the secondary channel, BirdoPrey 5X, you can find overflow content that doesn't always make the main channel. Subscribe to both channels, please. Thanks for watching. Remember, I stream almost every day. This is BirdoPrey 5 saying goodbye, world. Until next time. P.S. Hail Sassy, hail Charlie, and of course, hail Karoga.